Hey guys, it's Bobby. I'm here with Joey, the Veiled Cottage Witch, one of my besties, and we are going to break down the major arcana for you on how we view it and how we use it in our professional readings. The major arcana can be split into three sections: the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. 1 through 7 is going to be the cards that we're covering now. It deals with the physical world. Okay, so the first card on, well, before we start, hi Joey.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm all eager to get into
I
it.
was just gonna swim along with you. I was like, all right, we're diving in. Let's go. Hi.
What you got going on?
I'm happy to be here. Tarot is probably my favorite subject to talk about, to read about, to do, to teach about. There's so many levels to it. Just when you think you know it all, you learn something new.
We were just talking about that. We've both been doing tarot for years, and we're still finding out new stuff about the tarot. It's really fun.
I'm doing a deep dive on Gaia TV. It's a streaming service, and I'm doing mystery teachings of the tarot. And I'm like, this is something I can just put on in the background, and just like, I'm sure that I know everything that this person has to offer. Let me just tell you, I am writing notes on notes on notes, pausing it to write more notes, and oh my gosh, like, I've been reading for 30 years. And I'm like, what? I didn't know that. Like, how?
Yeah.
Just these simple pictures and symbols and mythology. It's just, it's like reading a book, and every time you read a book, you notice different details. And
Different characters, different. Yeah, exactly. I've read the same books over and over and over throughout my life for
and
that
something
specific
different
reason.
will speak to you every time. And I feel like that's the way it is with the tarot, and I think that's the whole reason why it's called an arcana, because that's a key. And it's a key that opens these secrets. And that's why they're called mysteries. Because you unlock these mysteries when you open a tarot deck.
I wish there wasn't the negative feeling about tarot that there is, because it is such a valuable tool for self-discovery and clarity.
It really is, and there's so many stigmatisms with it, like you can't read for yourself, which I think is so ridiculous, because the reason I got into tarot was to read for myself so that I could, improve myself. It's such a waste. People don't read for themselves. I
will say that when I read for myself, I do tend to skew the reading, so I don't like to read for myself. But total one card draws every day is something I do, know, with my devotional work.
Yeah.
I do my altar, draw a card, see what I got to focus on for the day.
Have you ever read the book Tarot for Yourself by Mary K. Greer?
No, I don't think I have.
That book is a workbook, and talk about shadow work. Oh, Lordy.
Shadow work, for those of you who don't know, shadow work is something you can do with tarot cards, or you can do without tarot cards, but it's basically facing the parts of yourself that you don't want to face. It's that deep personal work. And tarot is a great deck to do this. One of my favorite decks, we were just talking about last week or the week before, was Murder of Crows. That's one of my favorite deck for shadow works, because it just doesn't bullshit you.
Right. Yeah. It's gruesome, and it's dark. But you need that, you don't want something, if you're really working on those deep dark aspects of yourself that you've repressed for years, you don't want something lively and cheery and happy-go-lucky, because that's not what you're looking for.
The whole point of shadow work is healing.
Exactly.
If you're not healing, then you probably need to talk to somebody.
Yeah,
Okay?
for sure.
As tarot readers, first thing we tell our clients is we're not doctors. Okay,
We're not therapists.
No. We have experience in dealing with trauma from other professions, but we are not licensed professionals. Okay? And when I say that, I was in the beauty industry and a bartender, and your experiences in the past have also led you in the same vein.
Yeah.
We love reading cards, so we're going to break into them now.
Yes.
The first card up, obviously, the Fool, and I'm using the traditional Rider-Waite deck. What do you have?
I've got the Radiant Rider-Waite.
You can tell the difference on the back.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I got you. So, I compared the classic to the Radiant. Like, this is digital art, and that's illustration. That's what I think. Like, that's the difference.
There you go.
It's just a little vibrant. I like this because I like the colors to pop, but I love working with classic as well.
So what is the Fool to you?
Am I allowed to cuss?
Yes.
All right.
You're on my fucking channel now.
To me, the Fool is no fucks given. The Fool is just, to me, it's such like, why not just do it? Like, no restrictions. It's like that child when you have no responsibilities and you're just free, to go outside, and the only thing you have to do is when the street lights come on, you better be home. Like, that's it. The Fool has everything he needs for what he wants. He has his rucksack, which we'll get to the next card, has everything he needs in it. And there's this aura of white in this card, which is a symbol of purity. And so it's like he's a newborn, born into this world, just starting out. And, he doesn't have any experience. So he's not tainted by the material world.
He doesn't know the stove is going to burn him yet.
Exactly. He's fumbling. He doesn't know that he's going to fall off the cliff. He might fly. He doesn't know. No fucks given. He's just going to wing it.
The thing about this card with me is, you mentioned the rose. I liken that onto the death card.
Yes.
The rose on the death card. So we have transformation right there. Then astrologically, it's associated with Uranus. If you're in the Hermetic, I think it's Pluto. They switch the Fool and the World card. And the Greek, or the Hebrew letter for this is Aleph, for ox, meaning breaking new ground. It's actually the plow.
Okay.
So everything about this card is rebellious, breaking new ground, discovering new things, and just going out there and going. And I love that.
Yeah, he's not even looking at the ground. He's just like, la, like so free. And there's no attachments to the material world. It's just, I love when this card comes up in a reading, especially if someone's asking, should I or shouldn't I? This is a fuck yes, you should.
Yeah.
Right?
So the first person the Fool meets actually is the Magician.
Yeah.
Let me see yours. Oh, that's pretty too. The Magician provides knowledge on how to manifest things, willpower, making your dreams come true with effort. It's related to my deity that I work with in magic, Hermes. This is his card because it's associated with the planet Mercury, which is the planet of communication, and Mercury is the Roman Hermes. Bet is the Hebrew letter for this, and Bet is house. So the magician builds the house, he manifests the house. And this card gives me strength. When I'm feeling like I can't do what I have to do, I've got, like, you know how many decks I have. There, I'll pull a Fool card from one of them and put it where I could see it throughout the day, and just telling me, don't give up, keep going, don't give up, keep going. What is the magician to you?
The magician for me is the ultimate symbol of the law of correspondence, which is as above, so below. So he's got a double-ended wand up in the air. So he's pulling from his higher self. He's bringing it into his heart where it's transformed. And then he's manifesting it on the physical plane. And that's where you get all these flowers down here. Also, this is my life path card.
Is it?
Yes. So this is my man. And it's funny that you say that the magician gives you strength, because the infinity symbol above his head is also above the strength card. So nice tie-in. To me, the magician is all about bringing your thoughts into the material plane. Don't just think it, make it happen. Don't just talk about it. Yes, be it. Yes. Don't just talk about, I think I want to start a business someday. Freaking do it. You know, and the altar right here showing all 4 tools from all 4 suits. That means that you have everything you need to do that. You have the power, you have the tools. Do the damn thing. Do it.
The thing I didn't realize until recently was the writing on the table. And I can't remember what it symbolizes, but Dee was nice enough to teach me about it.
Yeah, it has some symbolism down there. And I'm not 100% sure either.
I think it's of the elements.
I think so too, because it just reiterates as above, so below. So like things on the altar and things underneath the altar.
Yeah.
Very much so. Also, what I think is really cool, another as above, so below, is the infinity symbol with the Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail on his belt, is also as above, so below. And if you're a student of mine, that is something I think that I reiterate every time I sit down with my student. As above, so below.
The Ouroboros is very important because it symbolizes cycles. Completing and starting over. That's why it's included on the logo for our Mystic Arcana Academy.
Yes.
It is a signpost saying what tarot is. Tarot is cyclical. It deals with cycles. And if you can understand the cycles that you've dealt with in the past, it'll help you deal with the cycles you're going through now, which will lead to a better understanding of how you deal with cycles in the future.
Well, that's why the major arcana is a big circle. It's not a line, because the 0 is the Fool, and the world has the big 0, the big wreath around there, because it's all a complete, it's a circle.
The High Priestess.
Hail, High Priestess.
Hail, High Priestess. Any witch with their salt.
Yes.
Familiar with the High Priestess.
We love her.
She is feminine strength, feminine intuition. Everything that the world run by men has feared is in the High Priestess card.
For sure. For sure.
I think she deals with secrets, what's hidden.
She's the wise woman.
She's holding the Torah in her lap, the Hebrew Book of Law, sitting between the two pillars, Boaz and Jachim, in his strength, and he will establish. It's associated with the moon. Did I say that? I think I did. So it deals with what's hidden. The Hebrew letter for this is Gimel, meaning camel. Camels cross the desert. And the High Priestess carries you across your subconscious.
Yes.
Yeah.
I found out something really, really cool about the High Priestess that blew my nugget. So, blew my nugget. All right. So, at the bottom of her feet where the moon is, where all this blue, where her veil is the stream of the subconscious. So, this is a motif that you will see throughout the entire deck.
Anytime there's water.
Anytime there's water, it's going to tie back to the High Priestess, to intuition and wisdom of the subconscious mind, the universal mind. I just think that's so cool. Even when we see it in the Emperor, that just tiny little bit of stream, it's there. You know, he's hard, but there's just like that little tiny little stream. So when we get there, we'll see it.
Yeah.
But I think that's beautiful. And I also like the veil behind her. Is actually in the decorations are in the shape of the tree of life, and the palms and the pomegranates represent the masculine and the feminine. So it's a beautiful balance, a symbol of balance of the masculine and feminine, which I really love. Goes back to the 2, which is the number of the High Priestess, and it's duality. And I love that.
When I first started tarot, there were certain cards that I had a problem with because of my feelings towards Christianity. And the High Priestess totally confused me. Okay, because she's wearing the headdress of Isis.
Right.
She's holding the Book of Torah. And she's got a cross on her chest. Well, it wasn't until much later I found out that yes, there is a tie-in with the headdress representing femininity. The cross just is spirituality. It doesn't have to be Christianity. So
it's again duality.
Yeah, that's the big thing about this card, white and black. This is the opposite to the magician. Okay, he is the masculine, outgoing. She's the feminine, receptive.
Yep.
Anything else about that card?
I just think she's pretty.
I think she's awesome. When we do spell work, when I do spell work, if I need to call on my goddess, I will use either the High Priestess or the Queen of Swords.
If I want to do spell work to increase my psychic ability or my intuition, definitely High Priestess goes on my altar for sure. Yeah.
Another strong feminine card, the Empress. Why don't you go ahead and start?
Mama Nature herself. First of all, she's living in luxury, man. She is, she's the only archetype that is just looking so comfortable. To me, she's propped up on these pillows. Her dress is so comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could be anyone, I would probably be the Empress. There is such beauty in this, and that is on purpose, because of all the symbology representing Venus in this card. You've got the Venus plaque here, and you've got the symbol of Venus on her gown. There's so much fertility in this. There's the prosperous fields of grain in front of her.
Speaking of fertility, one thing I've always noticed, she's clutching that wand. Okay, so to me, that's fertility.
Yeah. And in most decks, she is featured as pregnant.
Yeah.
Very much so.
The 12 stars on her crown symbolize the zodiac.
Yeah, she's grounded in the earth, but she's also connected to the cosmos.
And there's that water again we were talking
Yep,
about.
the stream of consciousness. Yes. And I have an awesome story that I want to tell about the Empress. I was doing a reading, and the Empress is so wide open to so much. She's full of expansion, right? And I was doing a reading, and I got something niggling in my head that was so out of the blue, but not. And I was really taken aback. I was like to myself, should I even say this? This sounds weird, even for me. But I said to this gentleman I was reading for, I said, I'm going to ask you a weird question, which I do a lot. Anyway, I said, did you happen, and it was reversed, by the way. I said, did you happen to walk in or interrupt any kind of fertility rite when you were younger? And his eyes, he said, how did you know that? And I said, the Empress told me. He said, yeah, I got into big trouble. I was a kid. I got into big trouble, and they couldn't do it, and they had to do it another night, and everybody was mad at me, and they were very upset with him, and somehow that chain of events did get some bad juju happened.
I was gonna say, I can see how some attachment could form there.
Yeah, but I think with the Empress, because she's so expansive and her energy is so big, I think anything goes with her.
She is the mother card, but she's also the woman card. She's sensual.
Yes.
She is pleasure. Okay, she is associated with Venus. See, the Daleth. Daleth is the Hebrew letter for this. It means door.
Oh, that makes sense.
Door through which new life comes. Okay.
Oh, well, that's perfect. I love that. Yeah.
And then we have her mate, the Emperor.
Yes, and there's that tiny stream in the background. You can barely see the blue, but it's there. This is Aries. This is where my moon is at.
You aggressive little gremlin.
I know. I'm tiny but mighty. What's this card speak about with you?
To me, is structure and authority and retribution, consequences. When you screw up, this is the card that shows it. If We can't go through life without consequences. That's destroying. Anybody who thinks you can go through life without consequences needs to pull their head out of their ass. We're very polite readers. The Emperor teaches structure, how to put your life together in order to proceed in the best path possible. Taking it to its shadow side, the Emperor can be an overbearing, pushy, abusive man.
Control freak.
Control freak. It can be very bad.
Possessive.
Because figure Aries, as you said, is the astrological association. If you're too aggressive,
The ram.
yeah, it's a not a good.
It's a not the good.
The Emperor has been a card that I've been trying to get to know the past few years, because I totally neglected my male spirituality and focused only on being receptive. Now I'm having to learn how to be more aggressive in certain areas of my life.
Then yes, you definitely need some Emperor energy. And it's so funny that you say that, because I learned something. Gaia TV, Mystery Teachings of the Tarot. Go get Gaia and watch it. All right. This is cool. This will blow your nugget. All right. If you put the Emperor and the Empress together, there we go, and you look at the eyes of the Emperor, so you do it. Yep. The Emperor is actually looking at the Empress, getting guidance from the Empress to make his decisions.
That explains why the stream is continued.
Yes.
Right there.
Because he will act, but only on the advice of the Empress.
I love it. See, this is why I love tarot.
This is why I keep learning. Because, like, there's always new stuff to learn.
The sucky part is, and I'm going to say this once, and I probably will never say it again. The sucky part about us having to learn is that since we are teachers, we constantly have to keep learning, continuing education, and make sure we're providing the right information.
Yep.
It can be wearing sometimes, you guys. It really can.
I thought that as a student, I had to study a lot. No. You study more as a teacher than you do as a student.
It's true. Because you not only have to view it in how you would see things, but you also have to view it how other people may see things. And you want to be able to be there for them. So there's that. Yeah. The Hebrew association with this is, I think it's Hey for window. It means window. I can't remember the word. But it's the window through which divine light shines and plans are made. Mm-hmm. Okay, so next we got the Hierophant. The Hierophant. Remember I said I had problems with Christianity influence because I am pagan, I am a witch. I do follow Hecate and Hermes. Mm-hmm. Not all tarot card readers are witches. We just happen to be. It's just the way it worked out.
It was a gateway drug for me.
It was a gateway drug. The Hierophant, it took me a long time to realize this is just about community and spirituality. It doesn't have to be about Christianity.
Yeah, it's a teacher. It's a teaching card.
Yeah. In fact, the Hebrew association with this is Vav, meaning nail. It joins two things together. Mm-hmm. Two different planes. Spirituality and physical. People.
Yes.
Everything about it. It's a Taurus card.
Yep.
The Hierophant is associated with Taurus, and it's not Hierophant, it's Hierophant, like hierarchy. Mm-hmm. It's an oldie English word. Mm-hmm. The need for community is something that is in all of us. The need to reach out and have somebody near us. This card stresses that. What do you got?
I'm just pointing out like really cool things that I learned. The triple crown is okay. So you see, like there's a whole bunch of different like I guess points on his crown. So there's 5 at the brow. There's 5 for the 5 senses and the 5 elements. Okay, and then there's 7 for the 7. I think it's 7. Hold on. Yes, 7 for the 7 chakras, and then 3 for mind, body, spirit. So I like that. I kind of want one.
I want a crown.
I want a crown with 3 levels. I really, really like that. The Hierophant is an initiator. So, you know, if we take that and we broaden it out, we realize that this is a beginning of a commitment. And serving your community, teaching, being a way shower, you know, breaking patterns, you know, all of those things, breaking through is a way of initiation. It's a birthing, you know, when we can break out of our shells and begin something new. That is what the Hierophant to me does. It breaks new ground. That's what I like with that.
If you're wondering what's happening, my husband just walked out the door and you were waving at me. What?
You're okay with that?
Yeah. I have no idea what it just said. And I'm like, yes, dear. All right. The Lovers card number 6. Hey, you can see my tremors.
That's okay.
All right, now this is one that we're gonna unpack.
Oh, there's so much to unpack.
Yeah, let's start with the Lovers card is ruled by Gemini. Oh, I hear my kitty screeching. It's ruled by Gemini. The Hebrew letter associated with this means sword. I think it's Zayin. Stressing the importance for discernment in your decisions. It's very important. Mm-hmm. It's a card of union. It's a card of choices, because actually when you think about it, being in love or following the path of love is a choice. What else you got?
I truly love this card. I think it is a very misunderstood card. I think people get excited when I throw it down and be like, oh my gosh, I found my twin flame. Stop that.
I'm not crazy about that twin flame idea either, but that's a whole nother video.
No comment. All right. First of all, the biggest mountain in the major arcana is between the man and the woman. Second of all, there is a huge cloud between the man and the woman. Huge cloud, which is like mental fog.
Oh no! You guys sit down.
I have dogs.
All my dogs just got out.
And then another thing. Oh, okay.
Joey's gonna keep talking.
Another thing to really notice is that the woman is looking at the angel. I'm sorry, the woman's here. The woman is looking at the angel, and the man is looking at the woman. So there's a definite disconnection. here. This is not harmony by any means. To me, and of course you got the callback with the serpent and the tree of knowledge, and over here with the flames you've got the tree of life. So this is a callback to the Garden of Eden and the choice that Eve made to eat of the tree of knowledge. So to me, this card is very much a card of discernment. This is a card of choices and consequences. The choice between the sacred and the profane.
That's where the sword aspect comes in. Yeah. And you've got to know when to cut things off.
Yeah, I mean, it's highly misunderstood, and it gets, I've seen other decks that just glorify it in almost this like sex scene, and I'm like, no, that is not. It's hard to interpret that in the classic way that it was meant to be interpreted.
Yeah.
Because people see that and they're like, how can you say that it's about choices and consequences when they're clearly in the throes of passion?
They may be married to other people. They've made the choice to be together.
Right.
It could be anything, but the point is it's a very misunderstood card.
Yeah.
It is associated...
Sorry to poop on anybody's rainbow.
It is associated with the devil card, and we'll get to that card on the next video.
Yeah.
Because
we'll draw some parallels.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Right now we're going to our last card for today, which is the Chariot. Okay, now the Chariot is associated with Cancer, the zodiac sign, not the disease, and control, aggression, forward momentum, and its Hebrew association is chet, which means fence. Think of the fences guiding you down the path, which is how it goes. I like this card because half of the time people describe it as a he, half of the time people describe it as a she. Either way, they are in control of the Chariot. It may not look like it because the Sphinxes are at rest.
Right.
But as soon as they give the command, the Sphinxes are going to move.
Let's go.
What
right?
you got?
Here again, I'm just going to pull some symbolism that I learned that is super, super cool for reasons because in high school I was a drama geek. But on his shoulders, you have the comedy and tragedy masks.
You know what? I have never noticed that.
You're welcome.
I only saw the moons. Okay.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh.
So he has the comedy and the tragedy mask, but his face, let me get in the middle. His face remains neutral. So he, like the high priestess between the pillars, symbolizes neutrality. He is not, always humorous and in good spirits and, always ready for action, nor is he, low-key, super sensitive. He has a job to do, and he does it. He is neutrality.
The being associated with Cancer,
that's my rising sign, by the way.
I associate this card with controlling your emotions.
And that makes sense then.
Yeah. This is why we break down the cards.
This is why we do what we do. Yes.
The the confusion this card has given me over the years. Should I be aggressive? Should I control myself? Should I be aggressive? Should I control myself?
It's about balance.
Yeah, it's about
There's so
balance.
much.
And that's what I didn't realize for a long time. You see the two, the black and white, they're symbolic of the pillars we saw in the High Priestess. Any other duality cards? No. No, just the High Priestess so far. The Hierophant has the two pillars behind him, but they're both the same color.
Right.
That deals with spirituality. I enjoyed the first 7 cards. The physical realm.
Yes.
We tried this once before, and the internet was kind of wonky, so we're going to replace that video with this video.
Yes. Yes.
So, and our next video, we're going to be going through the next 7 cards, and please join us because I do want to do that comparison between the Lovers and the Devil card.
Yes, yes. I want to blow your nugget again.
Yes, I'm loving
all
it.
about
Joey
it.
is one of the only people who has managed on several occasions to make me go, huh. Everyone else, I'm like, yeah, I know that. But yeah, she's gotten me a couple times.
I'm a scholar for life. I will die before I get to all my to be read books. I there's no way. But I love to learn, and I think that if I go senile, I think it's great. I'll just reread all the books because I'll forget, and I'll just relearn everything.
Yeah. It's like the Golden Girls. I just watch them over and over.
Yeah, it's like I'll forget it, so I just have to, reread everything.
All right.
This was great.
I'm gonna put Joey's links to her website. She makes some of the best magical products I've ever used.
Thank you.
And I just love them. So I'll put a link there, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Okay. Bye.